Did you know that 15% of all fabric cut for clothing is actually wasted? How about this? 14 million tons of clothing is actually put in landfills or burned each and every year. That's a lot of clothing wasted. But what if we could change this with the power of AI? Well, that's actually what some companies are actually doing to convert fashion's waste into recyclable resources. In textile recycling factories, you typically have to sort all the clothing articles by their different clothing compositions. For example, this t-shirt that's 100% cotton, I would throw it in a pile with all the other 100% cotton clothing articles. And this cotton spandex jeans, I would throw this in another pile with all the other cotton spandex materials and clothing. The real challenge is actually sorting all these clothing efficiently at scale, especially since all the clothing have different compositions, up to hundreds or even thousands of different combinations and compositions that your clothing is made out of. And each and every one of those combinations have to be recycled differently. So currently today, without AI, people have to typically manually inspect your clothing tag in order to determine which pile your clothing article goes into, depending on what it's made out of. But there's also some scenarios where the clothing piece doesn't even have a clothing composition tag, in which they have to physically touch the clothing and also visually inspect it to kind of make an educated guess on what the article of clothing is made out of. So you can imagine that this is pretty human error prone and also lead to mistakes when actually recycling clothes. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be diving into how AI is being used to handle textile waste so that we can make the fashion industry more sustainable, so that we can prevent fabrics from actually ending up in the landfill. So one of the coolest things out right now is Recyclable's AI-powered sorting technology. It essentially uses hyperspectral cameras, which scans hundreds of light bands on the garment to see way beyond what we can see with the naked eye, analyzing clothes down to its fibers, whether it's cotton, polyester, wool, or even something else. So basically, if I held up this t-shirt to a Recyclable camera, it would just tell me that it's made out of 100% cotton and can be recycled with all the other 100% cotton clothing. So the same can be said when I bring up this pair of jeans to the Recyclable cameras. It'll tell me that this pair of jeans is made out of cotton and also spandex, telling me that I actually can't recycle the spandex portion of this pair of jeans and that they need to be sorted out into two separate bins when the two fibers are separated. Next, we have Tomra. They have leveraged an AI-powered sorting technique that leverages near-infrared light, spectroscopy, X-rays, and also various sensors. Using deep computer vision techniques, Tomra is able to scan textiles, categorizing them by fiber type, color, and even structure. Their AI systems process thousands of items per minute as they fly through on the conveyor belts, rapidly sorting each piece according to the factory's predefined criteria. See, through all this and being able to recognize patterns and also structures, Tomra has basically solidified itself as one of the best and accurate textile sorters to date. There's also this rewear project created by the Fashion for Good company, and they did a lot of research where they actually explain how every clothing article you own actually averages 7 wears before you get rid of it. So this project actually serves as a pre-processing solution before it goes into textile sorting factories, where they use AI and ML to essentially evaluate to see if this clothing article should be sent to thrift stores to be reworn or continue on to being recycled in the textile sorting factories. Yeah, so they're working with multiple partners across the EU to get this implemented. And honestly, this would be a really cool idea to implement in the US, so as this would give a lot more control in the quality of clothes you actually see in thrift stores. For instance, when you see a t-shirt with a giant ass pit stain, you don't have to ever ask yourself, who would actually buy this? Well, so there you have it. Recyclable, Tomra, and also Fashion for Good are using the latest advancements in AI and computer vision to essentially reduce the mountains of textile waste left behind by the fashion industry today. By leveraging the cutting edge technology, we're able to kind of set up our future of the fashion industry to be more sustainable and also eco-friendly for the future generations. I bet you guys learned something new today. Well, if you want to learn more new things, Check out my earlier videos. Well, what are you waiting for? I'll see you in the next.